Hello everyone, hopefully you are doing great. In this week, our discussion topic based on storytelling for non-profits. What types of potential drawbacks a non-profit have to face when they rely heavily on emotional storytelling? I would like to say this: emotional storytelling is a popular approach for any non-profit organizations because it can create a powerful connections between donors and the non-profit organizations, and by this way, actually, non-profits can increase their donations and can make relationship with their donors. So I think this emotional storytelling is important, but the overusing of this storytelling is sometimes harmful and can create drawbacks for non-profit organizations. First of all, I'm coming in this compassion fatigue. It occurs when any organizations actually use this emotional storytelling again and again, and these types of constant using of this storytelling actually sometimes make any situations when donors actually don't feel to donate anymore and they actually feel bored by it. For example, I can say that if any organizations work with a refugee campaign and for making good for them, in this case for initial stage actually donors feel like that, oh yeah, we have to help for these displaced people and it's urgent help is needed for them. But when organizations make these emotional stories again and again for a long time, it's actually create a overwhelmed and somehow disappointing matters among donors, and they feel like that their contribution won't be capable to mitigate this problem, reduce this problem entirely, and they actually don't feel to donate anymore. So these types of overwhelmed matter can happen, and somehow donors feel that their contributions is not enough and it's a endless problem. By any money, by any donations, they can't solve this problem. So these types of thinking actually can reduce the empathy and can reduce the importance of this emotional story. So I think overusing these types of emotional stories in this way, creating this compassion fatigue, and they can decrease the donators' willingness to donate more again. However, not only this compassion fatigue, but overusing of emotional storytelling by several ways actually these drawbacks can happen. For example, the skepticism and distrust actually when we use this emotional story constantly, these exaggerations and the manipulation piece can be occurred, and somehow donors can feel disappointed by this, and they feel that their contribution actually not so much work here, as they are not informed but they are exploited here a lot. So by this also these donors can be disencouraged to donate for non-profits. And another thing here is that sometimes non-profit organizations focus on single narrative story to any individuals or individual families crisis, their situations to manage to increase donations. It sometimes actually oversimplify for any complex issues, and it sometimes make these individuals not at a innovation or not at a progress way. Actually overusing of these types of single narrative stories rather than focus on whole issues, focus on their innovations, their progress. So this also discourages donors to donate. And another thing here is that when actually we over depend on these that's only crisis issues, not for long sustainable development. For instance, you can say any disaster will happen if and non-profit organizations work just for a particular disaster management, not for a sustainable development. In this case also actually these types of drawbacks can happen, and overusing of this of just only certain issues problem, not a long time development. Just focus on single story, not a full coverage, full situations, and the progress criteria and the upcoming procedures. So the drawbacks also happen the in this the missing of this data driven approach. So I would like to suggest you that for mitigating these types of drawbacks, non-profits can focus on this focusing on this data driven approach to tell about and every information so properly, and engage them and feel them that they are not just donators, they also are supportive for their non-profit organizations work, and they actually working for progress. They are instructing them how actually they can solve their problems. So in this way, actually, if they make collaboration between every stakeholders, and if they go through by data driven approach, and their storytelling, if they make balance between publishing information about single narrative to and the plural narratives and the overview of whole situations. So I think by these way, actually, one non-profit organizations can mitigate the drawbacks of storytellings, and as this storytelling is so popular approach, so balancing these types of biasness and these types of overusing, the manipulating and exaggerating concept from story, then this story will be balanced, and this story will be neutral, and it will be helpful for increasing their donations. Thanks a lot, everybody.